How have you managed? I'm a full-time therapist, and and part of what I do this is really just to motivate and encourage the audience who watch who may be going through things, and they may think what they're going through is challenging, but you're in you're in the public spotlight, and millions of dollars are involved and stuff. But how did you manage to deal with these setbacks and still try and be sane and be positive going forward?
Yeah, I wasn't sane, I'll tell you that much. And I wrote one of the reasons I wrote my book, I'd Still Say Yes, is because we all have incredible challenges, and
Mhm.
sometimes it's embarrassing to share the details of some things that happened to you. But I thought, if I can just step out and share details of some of the stuff I went through and then what I tried to do about it, maybe it'll help somebody else either get some assistance or at least they'll know, wow, she really got messed up, but somehow, she came through it. It's like I, of course, spent years and years in therapy. I mean, I was actually hospitalized for about a month or 6 weeks, I think. And I had to understand it wasn't me, it's them. I didn't do anything to deserve any of that. That's just what some people do. I would say guys, but now it's guys and women,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
at that time, it's typically like just stuff that guys do, just go into a village and, slaughter everybody and take the spoils. I just happened to be all the people in the village who built the village, actually. But just like how was America founded? Come in, commit genocide against Native Americans, and bring enslaved Africans over to build the country up. Because what? We want money. That's it. So um, people, we all have interesting stories, and I encourage everybody, share your stories
Mhm.
because you'd be surprised at the things that we have in common, not just the good things, but the heavy things, the painful things, the
Mhm.
hurtful things. It's good to share that when you can.
So right now, how do you keep yourself from thinking, looking back, and still being able to be positive and not be suspicious of people?
Well, I'm still suspicious of people, but I'm focusing more on myself from the standpoint of my voice still sounds really good singing. So
Mm.
I'm like, okay, Joyce, I've been recording stuff for 5 or 6 years and not releasing any of the music. I'm like, let people hear the music.
Yeah.
Finishing up some stuff like that. I'm still in a fight with Universal right now for producer royalties from 40 years ago from Klymaxx. And on the label, it says produced by Fenderella. And they're like, but you don't have a contract. I'm like, here's a copy of it. Yes, I do. Oh, well, we didn't know about it, so we don't have to pay anything. I'm like, okay. So I have an attorney working on that. 40 years. It's like, hey, um, I love music. I always did music because I loved it, not to make money for it. But
Mm.
if somebody's making millions and millions and millions of dollars and I contributed and I have a share, I'm going to try to get my share. In the meantime, I realize we have limited time on earth
Mm.
because I can sing and I can create. I have some projects I want to finish on myself and just have the satisfaction of like making some good records with me on them.
Mm. Are you still producing, or are you getting other people to produce with you or for you, or how are you doing that?
I'm doing most of my stuff myself, but I have a couple of guys I work with, Wiley Morris, who's produced a lot of nice things here, and a guy named Swerve Birdsong, who I sort of mentored, who's a really good writer producer. So I'm doing some things collectively and by myself. But I like working with other people. I enjoy it.
Do we expect to see anything released anytime soon? Any?
Yeah, well, I just released a salsa version
Oh,
of I
I
Miss
miss you.
You.
Yeah.
And I've got probably every 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to be putting a single out because the way the business is structured now, it's to your advantage to put singles out every 4 to 6 weeks
Oh.
rather than put an album out at once, and then you can just add them to the album, at the end of that time. But yes, definitely.
Yeah. Did you just? I think I read somewhere that you discovered Lloyd.
Yeah, Lloyd. When he was 12, and I had him and Sammy in a group together, and then Lloyd's group disintegrated. So I said he was like 12, crying, saying, "I have to go work at McDonald's. I have to quit the group and work at McDonald's to support my family." I was like, listen. I promise you, just stay with me. I'll get you to the promised land. You don't have to go. You don't have to quit the group and go to work at McDonald's. So they lost their deal. Then I got him signed to Magic Johnson's label, which went under. Then I got him signed somewhere else. And then finally I got him signed to Irv Gotti's Murder Inc. And then he had his hit was Ashanti Southside. And guess what? This is unusual. So Irv is like known as a big time gangster and stuff, right? By people. Irv never disrespected me. And I finally, like, Lloyd and I fell out. And so he was like, I couldn't get a gold record and all of this ridiculousness. Like, okay, because he ran along with somebody who was telling him whatever, but that's cool. I love him. He's doing great. I did my job. Universal finally realized that they had to pay me for that too, because I'm an executive producer of his project. So if you live long enough, you can finally get paid something. But yes.
And since you brought that up, I want to I'm going back to your book, which is very good. You said if you live long enough, you'll finally get paid for something. And there's a dope story in your book.
You can, yeah.
Because you're running into all of these people who are really just doing you wrong. But in the space of all of that, you're also encountering great people who become your friends. One particular person who's involved in the television industry, to where she has a conversation with you out of the blue and just, hey, if you had an opportunity to have one of your songs on a television show that you can get paid for it, what would you, what would it be? And it's a conversation. So you just tell her, and then she calls you on the phone and says, hey, turn on the TV. And then you see the cast from Empire singing The Men on Pause, and you get a check. That's very loyal.
Listen, Stacey A. Littlejohn, I've known her since she was a teenager in Oakland. She was just one of my little buddies. I was like, she was so funny. And I knew she wanted to be a writer. She hadn't started writing, but then she became an executive producer. She's done all this TV. She's done movies and everything. Yeah, how about that? The young lady called and said, yeah, I got a little something for you. And then I was like, whoa, man, that was the best. That was the best.
Did they not do it on Saturday Night Live as well?
They did Meeting of the Ladies Room on Saturday Night twice. Okay. Once with Emma Stone and once with Halle Berry. That is funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we going to be able to see? Are you going on tour with your version of Klymaxx this year?
Yes. There's some confusion about which Klymaxx you're getting, and often people say, I want the girl getting on that bus. I'm like, that's me. I'm the one getting on that bus. Yes. It just depends. Or I want the crazy one. That's Burn. So, hopefully at some point, because I even had talked to the girls about, can we just do like maybe 5 shows together in 5 big cities and like film it? So we might do that. I don't know. But everybody was open to it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
And somewhere in between
us, or even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No, okay.
They don't understand what Joyce boys winning all spirits.
Play it.